Okay, we will start this up. Let me see if the tab goes out. Uh-oh. What's up, John? I see you. So somebody got a notification or they saw it on Twitter. Save this for the Patreon, or we got a lot. We can't give away too much information. Oh no, there's stuff that we can give away. If it's to help somebody get jobs or something, can never hurt. So we want to help people in business, whether it's small business or what you want to say, entrepreneurship, what it looks like, what it should look like. It's a lot of things going on today that is going on in business that shouldn't be. Thank you, Captain Wolf. So when we let people come up today, if you guys are have a profession or any type of job that you do, you can explain it. You can say, he said, AI prompt engineer is the job of the future. Okay, Chris, I see. Right. So if you're in a business and you have a profession that you want to promote, you have a profession that you want to talk about, or some things that you might have some knowledge of that can help some of the people that might be listening, or how they go out to apply for a job. Like I've told you guys, there's many different forms. Like reading is, like everybody talk about reading is fundamental and all of these things, but what you read, like people can waste their time reading stuff just for entertainment, but there's things that can actually help you in your everyday steps in life, your everyday walk of life when you're trying to go out and acquire a job. Not everybody started off as a boss. Everybody had to work up to that level to be their own boss. So, for example, the 250 job interview questions. This book will help you get employed. It's the way you ask questions that will allow you to get hired or not for high paying jobs. How in the interview, if you just sit back and you just go, yeah, no, you got any questions? No. And if you just keep going with that notion, you're probably not going to get the job. They want to hear assertiveness. They want to hear that they can trust you. You want to make sure they're comfortable. Have questions prepared to ask them and say, yes, I do have some questions. I have a few questions. And ask them about questions about the job. If you go in there and ask questions about salary, now they said I get paid 16, it says 1687, right? Now that time and a half, that's that guaranteed. If you go in there just arguing of this discussion about money, they are gonna have reservations about hiring you because you're not thinking about the job. You're just thinking about money. So that what makes them think that you're there to care about the job that's actually being done. This is a great book to have. Basic interview questions. This section here, that's what you need to learn. It will determine if you get a job or don't get a job. Now, some of you might want to go into business for yourself because the top business right now, companies that's paying out the money, and the doctors are supposed to be the top paying salaries, physicians, unless you're ready for about 8, 9, 12 years of college, forget about it. Forget about it being a doctor. If less medical is your thing, your field, you've been working in the medical your whole life, great. Congratulations to you. That's your field. You care about helping people. By all means, go out to be a doctor. Do not become a doctor to try to get money. If you want to be a doctor because you're good at it, you love medicine, this is your calling to do this to help people, then become a doctor. By all means. All means, go out there and get your medical profession, get your medical license, become that doctor, move forward, go in that direction, and God bless you and congratulations on your journey. Now, for everyone else, what are high paying jobs? Most high paying jobs now, or stable jobs that pay you immediately, most of these jobs are not for you anymore if you're people of color, meaning black, in other words. Black people are going to have a harder time getting to these jobs, which we used to be having our toes in, hands in, and control of. And these are landscaping jobs. That's right. Landscaping jobs is a high paying salary that is definitely year round. If you're on the West Coast, mostly Latinos have that whole market cornered up. That the black landscaper is not trusted enough when we used to be the landscapers. Landscapers do a host of many different things. When you're a landscaper that does more than one thing, you can do the sidewalks, you can decorate the grass, put stones and cement down. You are setting a foundation for yourself to be an independent contractor, and you could work for yourself. You're your own boss. You have a schedule. It's work. You got your own crews to look out for, but you're a boss. Now you got a business you could pass on to your children. The taxi business used to be a foolproof business, but now since Uber has come along through the internet, Uber and Lyft, and there's going to be some other ones that come around, this is going to rival that business because there's going to be a change coming soon. And I don't want to say anything because there's some patent laws going on right now with Uber and Lyft. There's going to be some major changes that's going to affect the stock market. So I'm going to keep my mouth shut because these things are going to happen, and it's going to change the game of ride sharing, period. The ride share game is going to be entirely different for the people that are actually doing ride share. So there's a lot of patents going on right now, and people are trying to legally find their way around that. Now, let's get to the next. This person said Mexican are the hardest workers, 100%. That's not necessarily true. I've worked with like 90% Hispanic Mexicans. About maybe a handful of them were hardworking. A lot of them was lazy. A lot of them were. That's just the person they were. They work really hard for about a month, 2 months, 3 months, the 90-day trial period. And once they get the job, they get comfortable. And once they get comfortable, they don't feel like doing anything. And they don't like taking orders for black people. I don't know what that is. But black guy tell them to do something, even though I'm in charge, don't mean nothing. White guy tell him to do something, he ain't even in charge. He ain't even the boss. Oh yeah, boss, yes. I'll be like, what was that about? But it's another obstacle that we have to go through that most people don't have to see and don't really acknowledge. There are no landscaping contracts. Exactly. Now, what's the other job that come out that there's absorbing? And here in Chicago, people are fighting it because a lot of immigrants are getting these jobs. And this job is construction. Now, we were the kings of construction. Construction was our thing. We worked on a plant. We built skyscrapers in downtown Chicago, everywhere. Construction. We were on a cruise. All of these jobs are now, when you can come right out of college. Now these guys are hiring people come right out of school and put them right in there. You went to school for construction. They send their kids to a school for 2 years. Don't even have to go to a 4-year university. They come out and they go. Black guy go to school, get his license, certs, everything. He comes out for construction job, and you know what they tell him? You don't have any experience. You need at least 2-3 years of experience to have this job. But meanwhile, this guy just hired his son. This guy just hired his nephew. He's not even on the union. He's not even in the union yet. He's just got them doing side projects where he gets $400 a week, $500 a week. Next thing you know, he gets a promotion in about a month or two after he's on the job, learning on the job about construction. Now he's got the experience in just 2 months from working there. Now they could boost him up the ladder. They can move him all the way up. So now he can get his own. Oh, well, thank you very much. I see that. Absolutely. You see, here's the thing. Like I told you, people will give people jobs when they have the opportunity to. Black construction companies have to go through a lot of red tape. People assume that they're stealing. People assume that they're lazy. They can't get it done. They're trying to rip them off on the price. So they normally have to give them a bargain, which really cuts into what they really should be earning for the job, just to try to, beat out the next guy. And it's a stereotype that they all got to go through. I knew a few years ago, he had to cut a couple crews. During the economic housing collapse, a lot of construction was like lost. Like a lot of construction companies were closing. They were closing their doors. One guy who owned the business, he had to go out and actually work again. He retired basically from going out doing jobs. He had his own construction company, and he had to lay off his friend from 25 years and basically shut his doors and go to work for somebody else. That's how bad the construction business was in 2008 and 2009. It was a big crisis, and everything started collapsing. What's up? So those are very profitable jobs. So somebody can come right out of school and get a job in construction and start off making 35, 40,000 a year, just starting, coming through the door. All right. Brick and mortar, you know, come right in, get a job. The guy that paints and put the paint in the middle of the road, and you see him laying the paint down evenly. It's a 2-man job, and he had like a little machine. That guy makes 60 something thousand a year just to do that. Right. That's what in construction they can pay you under the table. Right. They give you $300. My buddy was making $400 like I don't think a week. I said a week. I think I meant a day. He's making $400 a day. So and he worked 7 days. No, not 7 days, but 5 days out of a week. Sometimes six if they got a project they need him to come in Saturday for a couple of things. But I don't think he got $400 on the Saturday. But yeah, he was basically getting $400 a day. Yeah, but he screwed that job up. Yeah, he drilled a hole in his hand. I don't even know what he was doing drilling, but they had him doing something. But he drilled a hole in his hand. He had to go to the doctor. And I'm like, how the you drill a hole in your hand? He drilled a hole in his hand. I know, man. And they were overseas. So it's really bizarre to me. Like you just said, doctors who were overseas. That's great money, little to no expense. Yeah, he screwed that up because once you get hurt on the job, now they really can't, you're not the union, they got a lot to explain. They can't afford to bring him back. Well, a business is a high growth industry with like low startup costs. You know, less competition and a good long term outlook. That's most likely to be profitable. Like you got financial services, like personal service, like people taking care of other people' pets. People walking their dogs is people that get paid big money to walk dogs. In California, it's huge. That is a huge business in California. Personal trainer is a huge business in California. Pet and baby supplies, well positioned retail stores. It's better to do an online store than a retail store because paying the rent will kill you, especially if you're in California. California and Hawaii, they might as well throw that in there with Alaska. California is extremely high. And no matter the industry, profitable businesses are well ran. So they're in demand with a cost of goods sold. And, it doesn't completely overpower the revenue. A business without a lot of competition can fail, and a business with a ton of competition can outcompete all the other businesses. If you want your business to make money, you need data. That's what you need. You need information. And before you even start making your business, you need to have that information about the climate of what's going on economically. You need demographics. You need to know where and the wants of your business. You need to know and have a tactical outlook against your competitors to see what could you supply that they cannot. What is your gift to make you better than them, or that people will come to you over them? So you have to know how they proceed. It could be the way they work, it could be the way they distribute things, it could be the way they speak to you. That could be off there. That could be beneficial to you. It's a woman who owns a gas station, a black lady who owns her own gas station. Most of you can't get a loan to get a gas station. This is why you see a lot of Pakistani Indians or Hindu Indians. A lot of them own gas stations. It's not by accident. They actually go to school for business. A lot of them don't go to four-year universities. They come over to get their money from the government and they invest it. They go get a job in the field, learn what they can, save up about 20, 30,000, get a loan for the rest, and open up and run their own gas station. And they normally have a wife that's also doing the same thing. My buddy did it and he bought him a gas station. He showed me the process when they came from India. See, this is the difference when you have friends from different races and cultures. You see how the mental thinking is different. The husband and wife worked together. Both of them had jobs. They both went and got two jobs at the same time. They both are working two jobs. And the kids are basically taking care of themselves. And they're saving all the money from the second job to pay at the end of the year for the gas station. They're gonna get the 20, 30,000, put that into a loan. And once they put that money together, pile it up for this loan, they're gonna pay the loan off by the end of the year by continuing to work this second job for a whole year. He calculated they would have enough money together. If they worked all those hours and got paid every week, they would save all that money. They could buy the gas station and pay off the loan all in 1 year with two incomes. That's working together because they see a bigger goal. Back to the black lady who owned the gas station. What did she do? She owned the gas station because she wanted to acquire wealth, but she was also good with people. Everybody who worked at her company, and she owns a Sicko, her gas is a little higher than everyone else, but she always makes sure that coffee was fresh. She knew the people that came in by the names and would speak to them. Oh, good morning, Mrs. Blah blah blah. Good morning, Mrs. Good morning, Stan. Good morning, Dan. She personalized with like all the customers, and she's the owner. And she always made sure her employees that work there do the exact same thing. So that people, even though it's a gas station across the street, they pull in over there to her. They liked her coffee. They liked the company. And it wasn't about race. It wasn't about this black woman on the gas station. It was about her service. It was the way they were treated. They felt warm, like welcome. Well, over there nobody talked to you, nobody spoke to you. They ask you what you want, and that's it. Just that little bit of respect went a long way with them. And that's the difference that it can make. So no matter what the industry is, profitable businesses are run well and demand with a cost of goods, and that doesn't compete with overpowering revenue. A business without a lot of competition can fail, like I told you. A ton of competition can outcompete the other people. Just like that. Now, I always try to be honest with y'all and get y'all the information y'all need and deserve. Exactly. I'll let a couple of you guys up if you guys want to talk. Yes, a black-owned station is very rare, but it's there. They're not going to promote it, but it's there. Everybody wants to know what's good in the future for your business. Cost, whatever your business may be. Right now, candles is really good. Making custom candles, designer candles is inexpensive. If you're on the Patreon, if you're on the Casino for Life Patreon, you already know it's inexpensive and it's reasonable to start up on. It's manageable overhead, and you have maximized your inventory just like that. And what is a good business to start in 2023? 20 small business ideas you can try, right? Clerical office home improvement, right? That's always in demand. New homeowners may not have the skill set, like myself, or experience to renovate a lot of stuff, so you hire professional help to get the job done. Like from interior decorating, I did my decorating myself. You can tell. Carpentry, contracting, you got plumbing, you got landscape, you got all of these different things, right? All of it's on the table without a fraction of a doubt. Thank you. Yeah, anything from that. See, these type of businesses are more popular because of the geographic areas. Like wherever people are buying homes and ready to go, that's where you're gonna want your business to be. Cleaning services. They charge from like 18 to $35 an hour. My cleaning crew that come in here, you know, I get the best of the best. So I get the whole package. Now, due to the nature of cleaning services, um, equipment costs are low. You can be billed back to the client, and hours of operation are flexible. Um, Experienced entrepreneurs, they could they can have some success in a cleaning business. Um, I've seen people like my cousin made money through high school for tutoring people and still got that business going in college, like tutoring while taking classes. My cousin's so smart, straight A's, so this comes easy to them, but like helping people prep for SATs, you know, college essays, projects like physics, chemistry. They have foreign languages. He don't speak foreign languages, but I'm just saying in general, this is what you could do. Math, the things that people normally would struggle with. I mean, now before you have to go to someone's house or they had to come to your home or you meet somewhere in a mall or something or whatever, a library. You don't have to do that now with today's technology. Today's technology is different. Exactly. Today's technology is extremely different. With today's technology now, you can have um like what they got like this software where you can put it on your tablets, your laptops, and all that stuff, and that startup is low. So you can charge people from $25 to $45 or sometimes even $60 an hour, depending on what you're tutoring them on. Like for physics and chemistry, that's graphs, that's a whole lot of biology and stuff like that. You want training in that might be in the 60, $70 area. Personal training and fitness instructors. See, the US Chamber of Congress got involved when it came to that. That's what people really don't understand. Windshield repair business is good in Arizona, in desert like Nevada, anywhere in the desert. Windshield repair is a big business. I wouldn't have that too much in the Midwest. Um, Anywhere really, windshield repair business is a okay business, but it depends on location. Now, if you're in Arizona, California, or probably not Cali that much, but certain areas of California, but mostly Arizona and Nevada. If you anywhere over there, San Diego, these are places where it's constantly hot and whenever they ride on the roads, those little pebbles that hit the windshield and they crack because of the heat. And then that little, so they get that a lot. So a lot of cars coming in for cracked windshields. It's a big business in Arizona. Yeah, Kingman, Arizona. That's all you need to know. Kingsman, Arizona. The hottest you ever gonna be. Feel like you was hugging the sun. But back to personal trainers and fitness, right? The U.S. Congress, not Congress, but the Chamber of Commerce, they said that personal trainers can reach customers and build a following through digital platforms like YouTube and all this stuff and Instagram Lives. And trainers can use social media to find clients, because trainers normally come and go, right? If the quality is consistent, then it will stay consistent. Getting started in personal training can be fairly simple. You could take formal certification exams, or you can have some exams to being self-taught. Like right now, people are doing like ride share for food. Like ride share companies have transformed into food delivery services. So now, small restaurant businesses who were providing, like paying for their own drivers to do deliveries. Now, as a result of the pandemic, people are staying home in order to, stay safe. So the online delivery shot up, but I knew it was going to kind of taper off a little bit, but it's still very high. And what they're doing is they're overcharging the food and you're paying in tips. So they're overcharging the price of the food to get to you. So you're basically overpaying and paying for them to pay the driver. And then you're tipping the driver. So that's double. So expected that to grow to about $104 billion by the end of this year. 104 billion. Yep, that's how much the revenue these companies are raking in. Nah, not really. See, baby services are the ones that go through that a lot. What's up, Moonlight? Shouts out to you. We dropped the link in the chat. If you want to come up and talk business and talk about it, your profession, you can. Right. You might know some tips for people. No, digital software services, like setting up a shop online. That's why I told people like build your own brand. Like let's say you getting SEO work or web design, web development. First, you need to brand or create. You got to have some consulting going on with your team. You get your content creation going on, then you have your organic social media management together. Then you have copywriting, and then you have help with like paid social media advertisement. You could do all of these things. Anyone can start a digital agency, regardless of their education backgrounds or whatever. You can do that at your home office. You know, ad development, like for Android apps, coding, all of these things here that they have. Absolutely. We dropped the link a lot of times over here. Liquor store. A lot of people think liquor stores is a bad hustle. That liquor ain't never going out of business. Alcohol is a sure bet, just like marijuana. It's gonna be around. It ain't going nowhere. That's a year-round demand. Sales don't drop off during recessions; they actually increase. Now they're doing online alcohol sales. That's on the rise where people are getting liquor delivered to them. You could build an e-commerce side of your business. However, there are some hurdles. Opening up your own liquor store compared to your average retail store online. You could be a high risk merchant. So you can't work with like all payment processing. Like you'll still need like some shoppers like credit cards. After all, you need to be sure do you have your system to check IDs, report your taxes correctly with alcohol. And there's people doing business right now, and the alcohol business right now is $1 trillion business. Trillion. I think it did 1.7 in 2022. 1.7, like what's it, 1.7, probably 1.7 trillion in 2022. I want to be as accurate as possible, but 1.7 should be safe. Well, if you have a CPA license, that can help you because you can do taxes now. Most people are doing taxes at home because they don't have a lot of complications. But now, since they charging you for like cash apps, they taxing you for everything. They want you to file this stuff on your taxes. They're doing all of these different things to try to come in and mess with your business. So if you got a CPA license, you could be an accounting service. You could do all of these different things and get your certs. But you got to go to school for that. About 2 years, 3 years, you can get an MBA or MPA, whatever, and you'll be an accounting professional with advanced qualifications, and you can charge higher rates and generate more revenue. Now, that's just one of them. Now, this subject I was going to bring up. Yes, I know you were going to talk about marijuana. Court serving guy, private attorney, barely had time to do their own invoicing. Yeah, paper processing. Yeah, that could make some money, but believe me, that's not really a good scenario to be in. Somehow I'll be scared to open up a liquor store in Chicago and Memphis. I don't know why. A lot of people don't rob liquor stores because they're afraid of that liquor store closing. No, no, we ain't getting married. Oh man, yeah. Now I was hoping to have somebody up here to speak on this. Next one I wanted to get into because this is more of a field, fashion, um, fashion resale, and a new appraisal and the rise or fall with the economic conditions, the popularity, fashion. Everybody knows it's a growing thing. For everybody's going to want to look fly, and doing all this resale and retail, there's a projected growth that's going on each year. And right now it's at 7 and 8%. But most people are buying online like crazy, custom made stuff. Because what's the trend now is the more you look more like a bum, that seems to be in style now. So people want to look like bums and look sloppy, look like they just fell out of bed. and have clothes barely hanging on them. I can't keep up with it. But fashion is always going to be in style. So the economic conditions is still, retail is still on the rise. Secondhand retail is king. And before the pandemic, everything was looking at supply chain struggling, and they're looking for deals to help them out. And this is because they were spending too much on physical locations. This is why a lot of these stores were closing, because people are shopping online. They're online stores, and that's why I told people it's going to be less and less physical locations for you to actually go and grab this stuff in the store, because people are just buying. Like, I can just buy it online, and they just get it online rather than go to the store and go in there and look. They're like, I ain't got time to go looking into stuff. I don't feel like dealing with people. I'm just going to order it online. So that's what's happening. And there's a desire for sustainable fashion too. So if you want to start a retail company, you'll need a business license, initial stock, and some venues for sales. That could be online, that could be your own brick and mortar, or a spot in a marketplace. That means a financial barrier to enter, where the entry can, that stuff can vary. Well, in North America, where we live, the apparel market is wide open. So fashion resale is not retail, resale. Keywords, details in the words. That is going to be key. But it's not really my area of expertise, even though I make money off of retail. My LeBron James, Blame James mugs, and all that stuff, that's selling. I make some money off that. It's just little money that just comes along with it, but people buy it. Some of the custom made clothes that we wear for the apparel, people buy it. So it's not always about high end all the time, but it depends on where you are and where you live too. Like, sometimes high end prices, high end things, people want that. There's a market for that also. He said they had about 10 smash and grab in over 2 weeks. Smash and grab, but you ain't gonna grab everything in the liquor store. Okay, I don't know what that is. Well, exactly. So now, auto parts and repair. You could do that. You could do electronics. All of these things are on the table. Anything with repair. I've seen an auto shop fix bikes. You could do part-time work at a dental office, be a dental assistant, or just be a secretary. There are so many side jobs that you can have out there that helps you. But like I said, this book here is very key. The 250 job interview questions. This book will help you prepare you for interviews for jobs, because you're going to need to ask them some questions. And if you can't think of anything to ask them, that book will help you, especially for high paying jobs. That book helped me. It helped me prepare for an interview where I got, at that time, the most money. It was almost double what I had been getting paid in my previous job. Because the job I went in for, they said Well, we still need someone for that job, but we'll get someone for that. I think you're better suited for this job. And I was basically asking the details of what my requirements from the job. I said, okay, well, what's required of me from this job? Like, what my responsibilities would be. Oh, it's the same thing, but you're great. You're shooing for the job. Like I got the job that day. That was already assessed. I always say my line that I always do in my interview. And when they ask me about myself, I always say the same thing. I'm like, I believe in percentages and fundamentals. And if I do A, B, C, and D, it's gonna work. When you start forgetting A and B, and one day you come in and you just say, I'm just gonna start from C and D, that's when you start having errors. You have to do A, B, C, and D, no matter how tedious it is. I believe in percentages and fundamentals. If you do A, B, C, and D, you're gonna have success. Once you come in and stop doing A and B and just go straight to C and D and just say, I don't have to do A every day. I'll just do B and C today. Somebody else will do D. Once you start slacking like that and start picking what you're going to do, that's when mistakes happen. So I want to find out how to have a perfect day. Do A, B, C, and D. Perfect day of the job being done right and then duplicate it. So they say, well, your job as a supervisor, what is your job? To duplicate myself as many times as possible in this job. Duplicate yourself. Yep. I want the next person that I train to know everything about this job I do and follow it to the letter just like me. Then I can relax because I know that person can do his job. So I want 20 people like me working here because I know we're going to be locked in on doing the job. All the nonsense, all that stuff won't matter. Well, Amazon will hire anybody because they're replaceable. See, your job and what you need to do is make yourself indispensable. Make yourself so valuable. Make yourself so valuable that they can't get rid of you. That's what you need to do. Make yourself valuable. That's what we used to do. We used to make ourselves valuable in this world. We stopped doing that. Why? I have no idea, but we stopped doing that. We need to get back to making ourselves valuable. The company used to need us. Hell, my boss used to call me at home on my off day and be like, I'm stuck. I know you're off. Can you please? I used to tell my boss what to do. That's how much of control I had at the job. I used to tell my boss what to do because I'm a leader. I'm a born leader, but I don't lead. Some people just want to be the leader just so they can have the look of being a leader, but they don't know how to lead people. You got to know how to lead people. So even when my job, we had a leader, my job is to make it easier for the leader. So I was always put as a second in command or a sergeant of arms to make sure everybody was in line to what we had to do at the job. They already give me this invisible title because of how I carry myself. They say, this dude will laugh and he'll, talk to everybody, but boom, after that, when it's time to do the job, he's locked in. No mistakes. None. I remember they tried to blame me for a mistake. And I said, there's no way I would make that mistake. And I didn't make the mistake. Their computer system was the mistake. If you hit the zero, it would put like automatically put like a whole row of zeros. And I was like, why would that even be the case? That would screw up the entire system. Like the entire system. Oh, they were jealous of me because a lot of people I could do their jobs, but they gave me a desk. And once I got a desk, that was it. I'm the problem now. Once I get a desk, I'm the problem. Okay. I got a desk, so I'm the problem. Oh, you were a garbage man for 3 years? Yeah, I mean, that's a good paying job. My buddy went through a lot of racism at that job. I remember they pulled the truck over and they had a fight. He was like, he was on the back and the guy was like driving fast, trying to sling him off the truck. He said, slap the back of that truck, boom, 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 pull over. Let me talk to you for a minute. He was like, what happened? He said, let me holler at you for a sec. He was like, yeah, what's happening? Bop, 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 bop. Put it on him. Then they got back. They started having a chat with the boss. And he was like, man, he trying to get us oh, this is nice. Thank you very much, Denise. He said we only have 15 seconds to do a house. Jesus. They not helping you very much. Oh, thanks for the cash app. I appreciate that. Yes, you can donate to the cash app. I appreciate that. Is that you? Definitely use credit to scale. Always use credit. Never what else you gonna use to scale it with? Definitely use credit to scale. See, we afraid of credit because we waste credit. We use credit for stupid stuff. We go and buy Jordans and all that nonsense. So if you want to use credit to scale, by all means. Oh yeah, my cash app is Carcino. I don't know why I didn't put that in there. I thought I did, but that's my cash app, Carcino. Thank you for the cash app. But yes, definitely use credit. You use your cash to pay. You use your debit, whatever that money is, to pay your credit. That will increase your credit score and give you bigger loans. Because you got your credit score so high, they're gonna be okay. This guy pays his loans, got his loans, he's paying them off. Everything's to the ceiling. Appreciate that. Exactly. Leveraging other people's money is the way to scale up. That's how it's doing. So buying land is not to make money. It's like having it's like having collateral. You can use it for a lot of different things, but just to have it is like having collateral. It's like my car is paid off. My Mercedes belongs to me. I could get a loan off of my Mercedes. That's now, it's not a liability, it's an asset. You could take that, I could use that car to get me a loan. I don't even need money. I don't need to do that. I can do it on my own if I needed to do that. But I could use my car and get a $20,000 loan if I wanted to. I had to put the car up to pay it back, saying if I don't pay it back, you can keep my car. But I could do that. I got titles to other cars that I own. I want to thank all y'all who listened today. Um, None of y'all came up today. Another lady, she wanted to listen. She didn't want to come up. So I wanted her to talk about fashion and give some insights on it because she's has a fashion business. She's been in fashion. That's her forte. So it would make more sense to go down that road. Ray wanted to bring up another business that was profitable, and this is medical supply delivery. That is another business that's booming. Thanks, Ray. Yes, forklift driving in the warehouse. I could drive almost any forklift there is. The stand up Toyota, the stand up Crown, the sit down Toyota, all of them. I like the stand ups more than the sit down. Tony, 2 times. Thanks for the cash app, Tony. Appreciate the love and support. Oh, welding, yes, welding is, but it's not as lucrative as it's a job. You'll make some money. It's hard work, but yeah, welding is not like in high demand though. Deburring, welding. I've actually done that. I was in actually deburring. Deburring is, you ever seen a big spiral ring? At the end of the spiral ring, that the last ring where it has that little edge, you just run it on the machine and get that curve on it. That's deburring. That's literally all you do. It lasts less than a second on each side, depending on how big the rings is. Sometimes the rings is like this big. You put it on this big wheel that's going around, it's like get to the other side. Yep, we got that edge. Yep, that's the bearing. That's it. And at that time, this was in 2009, and I did this as a side job. And I was helping out in the burn. I was upstairs where they made the screwdrivers, like the little incisions that go in. So I had to go, and they put a little mark there where the screwdriver go in and lock, where they put the plastic handles on them. Sino gonna grind. That's one thing about me. Sino gonna grind. I'm a grind to get it. So, well, Jacqueline, here's the thing. Loans are good, but you gotta take a good loan. A loan that you can pay back. Loan is not a problem. A lot of people think they gotta do it all out their pocket. No. You get rich off other people's money. Loan is something you can pay back. You want to have low interest rates when you do get loans. See, this is how the rich people stay up. They get a very low interest rate. Black folks get a loan, they got 24%, 34%. Be high as a damn kite. So you don't want that problem on your hands. What's up, Dennis? I see you. Thanks for the cash out. Dennis Hickman representing. It'd be funny because the people that donate to you, their names on YouTube be something entirely different. You be like, wait a minute. You be like, you be getting my cash up. I'll be like, I ain't see you come through. Oh, that's me, one crazy dog, man. That's me on YouTube. I'm just one crazy dog. I'm like, dude, how many nicknames? But it'd be another nickname on here. It'd be funny. It'd be cracking me up. Oh, I'm one crazy dog on YouTube. But on there. And then they be thinking I know. I'll be like, how am I supposed to know that's you if you're a different person? You should try getting some grants. Depending on what she's trying to do, what program she has. Yes, definitely look into grants. They might have a grant for you. You might qualify. You female, you black, there's a lot of grants for you. So that's very good, Chris. Look for a grant first. Forex trading, 30 pips a day using 2.5, 2 12s, and 3 lots. Woo! Chris, you ready to go into this world? I could do you one better. Since I got a little time, we'll do this for y'all. Run it! And shouts out to my Patreons, man. What's going on right now? That is weird. Sean, you gotta get your phone fixed, man. What's going on here? Hello? Hey, this is Sean. I'm not available. Well, that ain't gonna work. Oh no, they don't day trade. They trade at like 4 in the morning. They go on UK time and start trading. Um, Jay Bizzle does it every day. He got monitors hooked up. His thing, he got these programs that run. Like you could set them to run at different, different times, and then they start going and he start hitting, Me, I'm too greedy for that. Like if they make $60 a day, they be $60. Yeah. I'll be $60. All that for $60. Why you ain't go heavy? Man, you can get wiped out. Hey, you don't do that. I'll be like, oh no, this ain't for me. This thing moving too slow. But I hit it though, man. I hit it big. Then I messed up one day, and then I'm thinking like every day gonna be the same. And they was like, no, it don't work like that. I was up, baby. I'm thinking I'm gonna do that every day. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have me a Maserati by the end of this month. Made 3,000 a day. Okay, I made 3K. Told y'all to go heavy, but y'all ain't listen to me. Man, I was getting waxed out. One day ain't gonna be the next day. Jay Bizzle could tell you that. One day is not gonna be the next. So anyway, man, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank all y'all for coming through. Don't forget to follow Kwame Brown Bus Life, Carcino for Life, One Crack News. Thanks all y'all who hit my Cash App up. Much love and respect to y'all, man. I'm glad y'all appreciate me like I appreciate y'all. I'm out.